Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Come on. Where is it? Come here. Where's your ball? Drop. Drop. Good girl. Ready? Loves it. So, the latest 3D print. This is it. Last night Ella and I sat down here and put it together. But it really broke a lot. You can see like that joint in there broke. A lot of tape all over it, the armour, just to try and hold it back together. The neck broke. I think really I shouldn't have used, well, the guy that made it said it should be printed on an epoxy printer or a resin printer. Yeah, resin printer. So I guess that's probably more accurate and stronger as well. So just like when we're clicking all these joints together and stuff like that, like this hand one, you'll see it's pretty loose now. It's like super loose, I can just pull it off really. Yeah, bit of a shame, but it's still pretty cool. Like I could definitely reprint like that joint in there and like a few other little bits that are really screwed up, but maybe the neck. But otherwise it's not too bad. Cool little exercise. Anyhow, I don't know where the tripod is. Maybe it's in the car. Yeah, must be. Anyhow, I'm doing a bit of cleaning here, trying to rearrange some space on this shelf here so I can kind of organize my stuff a bit better. So pretty much just moving all the existing stuff down into other gaps of the storage area. Gives me a bit more space. And then I'm probably going to try polish off the script today, and then, which I've already written a lot of, most of, and then I'll probably set these ring lights up, which I've borrowed from my sister because she's a gun photographer, and set the ring lights up, and probably something like a camera like around here with that as the background, and I'll be in front of it doing like the A-roll of like the next video, which is Ding, the Ding video, little automatic bike bell thing. So yeah, I don't think I'll bother leaving the camera on while I do this. I'm gonna have to go find the tripod, and I might just clean up there. Maybe I'll turn it on if I've got any nuggets of wisdom. I don't have much of wisdom, but something to talk about. I might put it back on. Otherwise, cut. Maybe I will turn it on, because I just had a thought. The more storage space you have, the more stuff you have. I don't think that's like profound by any means, or like some new realization. Everyone knows that one. Oh, what is in that? It's personally, I like to kind of roll minimalistic, because then everything kind of just stays in order, a bit cleaner. Like really, half the stuff that people keep that never gets used again. So it's like at some point it's like it's almost worth not storing it, because it's just like that's a waste in itself. Waste of space, creates a mess. And if you kind of waste of space and mess, and it's like if you just need something again, you just go buy that one thing. I mean, obviously if it's like something super expensive and wasteful, then maybe you don't want to throw it away. I mean, half the stuff in here is just, it's like it's an old generation thing. Like the boomers, they were like, I think they just had to be like more well, probably just weren't as privileged as us nowadays, and so they would hoard stuff. Like my grandparents would just have so much stuff all at their house because they just got so used to like keeping stuff, and it didn't make sense to throw out like, you know, a jar of screws in case in 10 years time you just found a use for that. So let's just keep the jar of screws there forever. And yeah. Here's my decks. DJ decks. Just cheap ones. Spilt. Oh, they're full of water. Oops. Did not turn them on for a long time. I think this spilt all through them. Party fog machine fluid. Yeah. So it goes in this fog machine. If you want a good party, you need a fog machine. This thing's dripping. Maybe we'll put that out in the sun. It's freaking hot out there today. It's 30 degrees Celsius, which is, that's a warm one, pretty warm one. Although I like the warm. But down under here, all brick and concrete and rock, so it's super cool in here. It's probably actually not super cool. I don't know. It's probably like 22 or 23 in here. But there's like cold patches too, close out of the walls. Yeah, DJing is fun. If you've never done it, it's super fun. Like most people are like naive and a bit can be a bit nasty about DJs. I think they're really talented if they're good, like you know it, or if they're good you don't know it. I guess you just, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You just like, I'm not great at it, but I can mix, and that's enough to have a lot of fun. And then I think what makes a DJ really good is when they've also got a really good selection of tracks. So they're not just good at mixing them and blending them and just making it seamless, like one nice long journey that you go through and you don't even notice that it's all just one big song. And that's the way it works. You load one song onto this side and one song onto this side. That's like the volume for that one, and that's crossfader. So you can put all of it only coming out this one, or as you come across, you'd hear both of them coming through if they're both playing. And then you can go all the way to that one. And so you can like change the tempo on each track to make them match, and then you can like try to like start this one just as this one's like maybe finishing. And like I always find it's good, like a really nice mix comes together if you work in like 16 bars. So 16 bars of a song, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 16 times. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. If you're like 16 bars from the end, or 32, or even 8, but 16 seems to be a pretty sweet spot, I reckon. If you can manage to like find that spot and like start this one like on a 16th bar throughout the song somewhere, and then over those next 16 bars you just slowly like mess around with the highs, mids and lows and like blend them in. And if you can, it's just hard to find like that start point, but if you can do that, you'll find that it just comes across really nice. But then like once you get really good, like a few of my mates that are really good at it, they just start throwing down all these like crazy tricks and like all sorts of other stuff, but they got much better decks than these. These are cheap, very cheap, but they're good for getting going and just having some fun. Perfect for me. They're like probably worth $100, $150 Aussie. So yeah, a good DJ is underrated, always. And this is one of those galaxy lamps. It's like it's pretty cool. You turn it on and it like does that galaxy look, just like a projector of stars and all that. Really cool. You can control it with your phone too. Anyhow, I'm gonna keep hacking away at this. Maybe move a few of the boxes onto here and just clear up a bit of space. And then after that, I'm gonna set up. Maybe bring this desk over here like I did in the first video, and maybe that same thing. Although I don't really want the desk in it this time. I think I'm gonna go for like a cut from here to just above my head, so it's a bit more close up. Because I think maybe in the first one, it was nice because it had the whole scene, but there's a lot of real estate on a screen, right? So I think like if I'm the subject talking to it, then I probably should be taking up most of the screen. Just a bit more like, hey, I'm here in your face, rather than like, hey, I'm back here in the distance, hidden away. So, yeah, that's that. Next time you see this, probably won't look much different, but to me, it'll be cleaner. So yeah, that's that. Looking better. Now this bag, I travelled for 4 months with this. That was it. And a little backpack that had my laptop in it. I had a green screen in there, had a ring light. And yeah, just like a couple changes of clothes, and I just like wash clothes each evening in the sink. And just rinse whatever, or soap it and wash it, whatever I wore that day. So I could just keep traveling light. Kind of like as I was saying, like quite minimalistic. Which yeah, life's just good when it's kind of minimal. I think you're doing all right here. I might widen that so you can really see. I might even put it back a bit. Really see what's going on here. I need to get this set up at some point. I think maybe I don't really know how to do lighting. I want to make the lighting kind of cool, so I want to like make the desk over there kind of like dark, and it's just got those nice lights that I have around it, just glowing. But then I want me forward here to be in like good light. So it's hard to like get that lighting on me without illuminating behind me. So I think like 2 ring lights maybe either side, kind of going towards me. So it's like hitting me like that, and that way the light's kind of traveling more that way rather than back. I feel like there's probably a better piece of equipment, something that has like, I don't know what you call it, you know, like the horses have on over their eyes so they can't see outsides. Like, I forget what they call that thing. Blind spots. I suppose you could do that same thing, project them towards the middle. Just have like a blind spot thingy on it. Could make something like that. It wouldn't take much, a piece of cloth or cardboard. But yeah, we're getting there. Everything's getting a bit cleaner. We'd be sniffing around like crazy, seeing what you can find. Here's the equipment from the first video. What do we call him? Hank or something? Jerry? Kenny. That's what we call him. And that's the t-shirt I was wearing in that first video. I had to go and buy this shirt as a replacement. Still haven't washed it, so it just smells nice. Well, secret, actually, wasn't paint. What I used was shampoo mixed with food dye. It was my old man's idea, because he said, you know, if you get paint on you, it's never going to come off. It's going to be a mess, and it's just straight up terrible for your health. So he's like, if you use shampoo, then you're already half clean. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. It's pretty cool though. It probably looked cooler before I just dropped it in the sink once I took it off, and then it just all sort of went through the whole shirt everywhere. Because before it had like funny dripping patterns all over it. I don't know if I would wash it. I suppose maybe like just a sink wash. It's kind of funny though. Yeah, this thing with the Mega and the stepper motor on it and everything. Little water bomb dispenser. What a funny one. And this rag to wipe my face. That was a good towel. Not anymore. Well, maybe it's better. Makes it better. Bit of fun. Yeah, I can't really get rid of that thing. Might use it again even. It's too funny. Wish I'd see when I was making this. I wish I had the 3D printer. Instead, I had to make everything out of like timber. I could have made a 3D printed a paddle to It would have just worked perfect. Like, could have shaped it to fit over the sleeve, like sleeve over the stepper motor really well. Could have done anything. Thing's limitless. Limit is your imagination with the 3D printer. So we'll put Kenny up the back in there, I think, because he's not going to come out very often. And then this is the soldering kit. The soldering kit. Solder, we call it. This is the Arduino stuff, electronics. Looks good. Old beer box, just full of stuff. Here's all the shampoo mixes from the video. I mean, they can probably be thrown out. Although the bottles, would be good to keep the bottles. Probably could just clean them out. Might just stick them with thingy for now. Kenny up the back. Keep them. And perfect. He like slots halfway hanging off over there, but makes extra room. Not too much stuff left here, just a basic stuff. Cleaning. It's pretty good. It's left me a nice bit of space. Oh, look at Ruby. She's sleeping on my nephew's little fold-out couch. Sometimes the nephew comes down here and he'll just sit there on that thing and annoy me. Just come hang out in the den. Natural male. Just attracted to the man cave. Classic. Where we can just sit down and make stuff. Do cool things. This is the Raspberry Pi box that I used for the Ding project, which I'll be uploading hopefully later this week maybe. Which I'll be filming some for today. It's actually still got a few things in there that are useful. Although this is on a European plug or something, which is a bit I don't know, useless. Might even just throw that plug out. Some little adapter thing. Card reader. Oh, insert the card in there. USB micro SD card reader. That looks useful. I only bought a card reader the other day, and then I bought the 3D printer and it came with one. I was like, damn, those things are expensive to buy alone, but when it's included with something, they're practically free. Practically free. Well, I think I can chuck this and probably just buy like another Raspberry Pi for whatever the next project is that needs one. Probably will be the next project, whatever it is that needs one. But I think I'd rather like not pull these projects apart for like Ding. It's kind of silly, but you know, if the channel goes on for a long time, it'd be kind of cool to have like all the makes and not get rid of them. Like just, you know, the Hall of Fame or Wall of Fame, you know, just hang all the projects up on a wall somewhere. So yeah, or even in like the background of the presentation, like hang them up on the board over there or something. But some of them will be big, so not always going to work. Anyway, it's hard to be productive with this camera on, I think. So I might turn it off so I'm not thinking too hard and just focus on the mission. Awesome. I just did the filming for Ding. This was the end up, or the setup in the end up, how I ended up doing it. So I actually borrowed this tripod from my sisters. They bought the same one that this is my one. They bought the same one that I bought. This is just like a phone holder. So I had the phone that I'm filming with hanging in there. And then I ended up with the floodlight off, just the ring light on, and then this ring light over here. For some reason, I think pointing the light kind of this way kind of helped with the fuzziness. Weird thing, I don't really understand what was going on there. Just a bit more light in the foreground or something. This is the tripod that I borrowed, same as the other one, just to hold my old phone, which on here I just put, I put the script, where is it? Kind of like this, so I could just pretty much look down every now and then and throw down the next line. and that made filming process pretty quick. Like it probably took me maybe 20 minutes to go through that. There was a few retakes at the beginning until I was kind of happy with what I was doing. I used this pen to demonstrate what centrifugal force is. I had a nut hanging off it. That was a real like 10-second job to come up with something to demonstrate that. Anyhow, that's the setup. I've got the psych now because I had the presenting persona on. I had flicked the switch, so I've still got that hanging about. But now I can get onto this unit and start banging out the edit. See how we go. I'm probably just going to leave everything. Well, actually, I've got to return the lights for tomorrow for the girls. So maybe I'll just take a photo of where everything's set up, mark the dials so I know what strength they were on, and that way if I need to refilm something I can. But I think it was all pretty good. I think definitely can make something with what I got. It'd just be me being fussy. But I probably shouldn't be fussy. Instead, I should probably just do it. Just work with what I got. Otherwise, I'll try to perfect everything too much. Anyhow, that's it. I don't think there'll be more down there. I don't know, because Shirley was saying it was like crazy down here. But it feels really empty. You see it? It's a big ass tree. Yeah, when I was doing jiu-jitsu, all the Brazilian guys would just never stop talking about brasas, because it was just like, man, it's just Brazilian barbecue. If you want to know what our food's like, you need to go and get it. Look at this thing. Huge.
Pretty cool.
That's right. Centerpoint tower up there. It's looking a bit rattled. Dad. Nice little evening with Ella. Just went out, hung out in the park for a while, and then walked through the city and got some dinner. Had some, I'm not actually even sure what it was. Like an Asian cuisine, really yum. Yeah. We have really good chats, Ella and I. It's awesome. She's pretty amazing. She's very amazing girl. And I probably definitely won't at this stage be filming her because she's not so comfortable in front of the camera. She's happy to be like background noise and all that, so I might hear her every now and then. But yeah, heading back to the cave, the lab. Saying to Ella that maybe I should call it the lab instead of the man cave or dungeon or whatever it is. Back to the lab where I can try and get all this footage across from my phone for the A-roll onto the laptop. It's always a slow process. Like the AirDrop really struggles when you're dealing with like lots of 4K footage. Just doesn't work so well. Just bugs out. But get that across and then start laying it into what I've already chopped up with all the B-roll, and then should have a bit of a flow then, like pretty much the base of the video done, and then it can just sort of like start doing laps on it, and maybe like sound design and any other sort of B-roll stuff, I guess. Maybe like make any animations or things like that. Coming together quick, this one, I think. Especially because I'm not going to put so much pressure on myself on the editing side of it this time around, because I'm keen to kind of experiment with styles at the minute. So while it's the first few videos. So the first video was like pretty like strategically planned and just everything very well planned and executed, and tried to film it professionally and edit it quite professionally. Camera keeps ticking. But this one, gonna try and keep it a bit more like somewhere between that and being just a fly on the wall of joining me while I make the project, and then joining Dad and I while we go for a ride around the lake and test out that project. Yeah, should be pretty cool. That's all for now.